What's going on, guys? This is Restless Corpse from VirtualBromance. This is day 33 of the 365 games, and in day 33 I'm playing Alan Wake, which is a pretty sweet, survival horror game. I like the style, I like the premise, and I like the story of the game. It's not necessarily all that scary, but I could be speaking from a biased standpoint because I've never been scared by a video game ever. Providence and I have actually talked about that, and that's what prompted us to talk about a series that we're going to be starting where I make him play scary games because apparently they affect him a lot more than they affect me. I've originally played this game when it first came out, but I played it on Xbox, and I flew through the game. I actually really like it. When it was on sale on Steam, I grabbed it up, and that's what you're seeing here is the PC version. I haven't played American Nightmare, which I believe is the DLC for it. I do have it. I just wanted to play through the game again because it's been a while since I played it. I wanted to get the story fresh in my mind again before I played the DLC. In any case, I actually read something that I thought was pretty funny, and it's kind of relevant because Providence and I talk about Aliens, Colonial Marines a lot, and how we have differing opinions on the game, but we both agree that, playing it with your bros, we have fun. Regardless of how bad the game is, we have fun playing it. I guess we make our own fun with it. But something that I actually noticed while playing the game, there was, I guess, Michael Biehn, who, played Hicks in the Aliens movie and reprised his role as Hicks in Aliens Colonial Marines, actually pointed out something that I thought from the very beginning, that the writing and the direction of the game and just the work on the game, he is quoted as saying it's kind of passionless, and I got that, especially from his voice acting. And don't get me wrong, I love Michael Biehn. He did amazing work on Blood Dragon. It's one of my favorite games. He said that it seemed like they said, or they thought that just because they had this license, it was a great license, it's a classic, one of the greatest 80s sci-fi movies ever made, that they thought they pretty much had a ticket straight to high sales and a great game. And he said that he didn't feel that there was really any passion to the writing and to the game development, which is funny because while the game was being developed, Randy Pitchford, and before I continue, don't get me wrong, I think Randy's a great guy. He his work with Gearbox on like Borderlands 2, there's definitely passion there, and the support that he's given the game afterwards with like the Twitter and just stuff like that, I think is really great. I think that he knows that Borderlands is a great game and he's backing it 100%. And Randy Pitchford, don't ever change, bro. But when Aliens Colonial Marines was being made, he seemed very passionate about it, and in like interviews and showing the demo, he is a big fan of the Alien franchise, and he seemed really excited about making this game because it's a game about something that he loves. But to hear someone who worked on the game talk about the development just being passionless is kind of funny, I guess. And then he goes to talk about his work on Blood Dragon, and that's Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, for those of you maybe who haven't played it or don't know. If you haven't played it, fucking play it because it's really good. He says that he was talking to the guy who was making the game, or maybe the head of the guy who's making the game. I'm not sure. Let's see, Dean Evans. He was talking to the guy, and the guy was telling him about the script and how it was an '80s throwback, and he really seemed to be really into it, and he was really interested in it. And he was telling Michael Biehn about this. It says right here that he said there would be a lot of lines that were like Arnold Schwarzenegger like, there were Sylvester Stallone like, Bruce Willis, and Michael Biehn himself, because he is an '80s icon or '80s movie icon, and he thought that it was interesting. He says, but it was really passion, man. That was one of his things, or one of his quotes when in this article, and I think it's really important to be passionate about what you're making. You can't just start making a game and assume that it's going to be awesome because of what the game is, and you don't have to put that passion into it. I've often thought about how I would make games, and I would never ever make a licensed game, not because there's nothing that I like, but because I would be like pigeonholed into making the game a certain way. I would want to make a game. I would want to make a game that I would like to play. And I know that everyone says that, but it's not as easy as it sounds, I think. I mean, look at the guys making Titanfall. At the in the interviews that I've read and watched on YouTube, these guys have been playing this game forever. Like, they play it all the time. And I know that it's not finished, but they play it all the time because they actually have a lot of fun with it. And I think that that's going to translate pretty well to gamers who are playing the game. You're going to know that like this game is a good game because the people working on it actually liked it. They play it all the time. They tweak it. Maybe they're like, oh man, this would work really well. This would be really fucking awesome. Let's put this in the game. And I think that's what you need. And licensed games have this stigma where they're never any good. That's why Providence and I have tried to do we were going to do a top 5 for VirtualBromance Live of top 5 licensed games, and we couldn't even think of 5 of them that were any good. And like I said, I think it's just because you get pigeonholed into it, and you have to do it a certain way, and you have to stick with the lore, and that's great. But sometimes a movie just doesn't have that much lore to go on to make. You take an hour and a half project and you try to make a 40 or 50 hour game out of it. You're gonna have to, I don't know. It's tough. So I think, again, going back to the topic here, I think it's really interesting that he put his likeness in the game, but he didn't feel that the game developers were passionate about it. And you can't fault him for it, because he probably is very passionate about Aliens as well, and I'm sure he wanted the game to do well, and unfortunately it just didn't. I mean, that's the way it goes. In any case, I feel like I went off on this rant about this and didn't really say a whole lot. But look, be passionate about what you're doing, because gamers are going to notice. In any case, this is day 33 of 365 Games with Alan Wake. I'm Restless Corpse. If you like this video, go ahead and rate, comment, subscribe, like the video. Let me know, maybe you have a licensed game that you think is really awesome. Let me know in the comments. Tell me why you like it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.